Welcome students. In this video I'll be talking about 5 different set theory exercises. These are very basic exercises. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. I really appreciate it. It helps to grow my channel even more and do more videos like this one. So for the first exercise, we're gonna do the union of two sets. So we're gonna do the union of two sets. Okay, so the set A is going to be equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and set B is gonna be equal to 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So for the union, we're gonna write it like this: A, and then capital U, B, and that's called the union. The union of A and B, that's gonna be equal to, it's gonna be equal to to a set that contains every element of A and B. And of course we don't repeat elements in when we're working with sets. So it will be 1, and then 2, then 3, then 4, then we have 5, but we don't have 6, 7, 8 on A, but we do have them on B. That means that we need to add them to the list of for the A union B. So 6, 7, and 8. So that would be the first example, union of two sets. Example number 1. Now we're gonna do example number 2. So we're gonna do the example number 2. It's gonna be the intersection of A and B, and we're gonna call it A intersection B as follows: upside down capital U. Okay, so now set A again is gonna be equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and set B is gonna be equal to 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Notice we don't have 1, 2, 3 on set B, so we don't need these ones. But what about 4 and 5? We do have 4 here and 4 here, so that would be part of the so the intersection are elements that are in common between the two sets. So 5 and 5. So I only found two elements. The rest are not in common. So the intersection of A and B is gonna be only equal to 4 and 5. Okay. On example number 3, we're going to find the difference between A and B. So we're gonna do example number 3. It's gonna be set difference. Okay, so set A and set B. That's what we're given. So so we call it A and B. Okay, so A is gonna be equal to 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. And set B is gonna be equal to 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Okay, so the difference, set difference is written as follows. So A minus B, so that's called the difference of A. The difference of A and B is gonna be equal to. So we're gonna leave every element of A that is not in B. So for example, 11 and 12 and 13 are not gonna be counted because those are already in B. So we're only gonna keep 9 and 10 from A. So it will be 9 and 10. Let's go to example number 4. Again, these are basic examples that will help, that are very practical and will help you work with sets to find these operations, these set operations. So example number 4, we're gonna do symmetric difference. So we're gonna have set E and set F this time. So let's say set E is equal to 2, 4, 6, and 8, and set F is equal to 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So in this, remember, difference we were written as, so difference was written as E minus F. So so symmetric difference is a little different. So we're gonna call it symmetric difference, but we're gonna call it symmetric this time. Symmetric. And that's gonna be equal to the following set. So we're gonna take elements that are not repeating in both lists, and we're gonna put them together. For example, 4 is already here, 4 is already here, so we don't count it. 6 is already here, 6 is already here, we don't count it. 8 and 8, we don't count them. But we're gonna keep 2, we're gonna keep 5 and 7. So those are the only elements for symmetric difference. Elements that are not in E or F. Let's go to our last example. The last example is an example of a subset. We want to find out if a set is a subset of another set. So in this case, we're gonna find out subset verification. So it's gonna be exercise 5. It's gonna be subset verification. Okay, so let's say we have set G and we have set H. So set G is gonna be equal to 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. And H is gonna be equal to 3, 5, and 7. So in this case, we wanna find out if H is a subset of G. We wanna find that out. Well, as you can tell, 3 is here and in G. 5 is here and here. 7, 7. That means that all of the elements, so the answer for this question is gonna be true. And we're gonna say true since all elements of H are in set G. That means that H is a subset of G. That's all I wanted to teach you on this video. Thank you for watching and please subscribe. You really help me grow my channel. Thank you.